The Allegheny Journal has found Trea Landon, who's been running around the country performing and having a great time. We're saying that. He's probably working himself to death, but he's going to be performing at Cliff View Brewhouse this Saturday at 8 p.m. Welcome, Trea.
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, we started checking out your music and doing the typical background stuff, trying to learn a little bit more about you. And you tell the public. So you're about 30 years old, and yet
hmm
you're running on all engines right now, performing all
Yeah.
over the place, and just really having a great time, as well as composing as well, huh?
Yes. Yes. I definitely feel 30. I'll tell you, it's a young man's game.
And
But
you're from
yeah.
you're from not far from Savannah, huh? So
No.
country music comes to you naturally, huh?
Uh-huh. Yep. I grew up on Hank Senior and Merle Haggard and Tracy Lawrence, all the good stuff.
And so, all right, so somewhere in your 20s, you said, "I'm going to go and fight the big battle in Nashville." How do you make it in your early 20s with that huge amount of competition? I mean, that says something for you right there.
I know. Gosh, I mean, I'm a God person. I'm a faith person, so I think it ultimately matters. That's what ultimately matters. But as far as all the rest of the stuff, I think it's right place, right time. I don't think there's really one way to make it. I think there's a lot of different ways to make it, and everybody has a different path. Mine was pretty unique. Not gonna lie, mine was a pretty unique scenario. I just I had a bunch of friends. I had a friend in Georgia that was just connected in Nashville, and when I moved up there, he was able to connect me with some people that were in the industry and doing it at a very successful level, and they kind of just took me in under their wing, and it was off to the races, But God has definitely put all those people in my life and along my journey, you know. So yeah, I mean, I hope that's a
Yeah, what a great
yeah,
story.
you
And
know.
so you were very young when you first penned "Loved by a Country Boy." Tell us, how did that, was that your first big hit?
Yeah, that was my first and only song that I've ever had on the radio. Um, about 4 months before the pandemic, I did a full radio tour. I went to every country radio station in the country and begged them to play my song, and that was my first song on the radio as an artist with me singing it. It came out on Warner Brothers out of Nashville, and yeah, I mean, I think it went in the 40s or something like that on the charts, and it was just one of them things where unfortunately, you know, the pandemic hit, and it was something that just we had to quit because you couldn't travel anymore to stations, and so we
That
had to
must have
pull
been
it. But
awful. That
oh,
must
I
have been
know.
awful.
But I mean, it is my most streamed song. I mean, I think it's got probably 50 million streams on it across the board, which is just mind blowing to me.
Say, wow.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's pretty wild. I mean, every night when we go play shows, I mean, there's still people that know every word to it and sing along. So it feels good to see that a song that came out in 2019, there's still people out there that believe in what I'm doing and know the songs and love the songs, especially with not, I didn't tour for 3 years, during the pandemic, and even after the first year, I didn't tour any until 2022. So,
It's so obvious that your songs are just personally written. I'm sure
yeah.
you may do other people's songs with, uh, checking out Four Low High, for example, you can tell that one came from the heart. I mean, from
Yeah.
your experience. So, I mean, you're going to have an appreciative crowd. I can tell you that. We love country music around here.
Awesome. Awesome. I
And so,
appreciate that.
well, you're going to. I guess Dwayne Shepard will come out
Yeah.
and open for you. But so the public can expect to hear many, if not all, of your originals, which should really make it a cool evening, huh?
Mhm. Yes, sir. We're gonna play everything that I've got out. Everything I've got out. We're gonna play it, and we're gonna play. I'm a huge '90s fan, so we're gonna play a lot of '90s country, and we're gonna have a couple of surprises in there. Couple of surprises, but for the most part, it'll be '90s country and all of our original stuff.
And who were the country music artists in your youth that you had the most respect for?
Uh, Conway Twitty is my favorite all-time artist, singer, and Hank Williams Jr. is probably my all-time favorite artist as far as songs and songwriting and just my lifestyle. Uh, Hank Jr. is my favorite artist. Conway Twitty's my favorite singer. And then I don't know. I also grew up on Luke Bryan. I mean, I know that's a wild jump to go from that to Luke Bryan, but that old school Luke Bryan stuff. You know, the first record, the second, first 2 or 3 records back in 2008, 2009, those records, you know, those were very geared towards what me and my buddies were doing when we were 14, 15, 16 years old. I mean, we were all, you know, riding dirt roads, riding around in trucks and parking in cornfields and having bonfires, and somebody was sneaking their dad's moonshine. I mean it was just that was our life. So I mean I definitely grew up, that was the modern stuff that I listened to, um outside of, you know, the other stuff, the Hank Jr. and stuff like that.
And so you perform in Covington this Saturday, but you, as you mentioned, you've been busy all summer. What's going on after that? What's the future for you?
We'll be playing touring all fall, and kind of what I'm doing now is I'm releasing a brand new single every 8 weeks, and I just released the first single for this year came out 2 weeks ago, and it's called Nothing. And so I'll have another song come out in 6 weeks, and then I'm gonna keep releasing singles throughout the year while also touring and just continuing to play shows. And yeah, until Christmas. That's
These
basically.
these tunes are just coming to your head. I mean, or is this music you've worked on over the course of the last year, and you say, okay, it's time to get
Yeah,
this done?
yeah. That I mean, I've been in Nashville writing songs since 2015, and I bet I have a bank of probably 700 or 800 songs that are fully done. Um, so needless to say, it is really hard to pick which one's coming out next. So, you know,
Well,
we really,
you beat me to it. I was going to say, okay, when we hear you on Saturday, you know you have to play these songs over and over again, and all of
uh-huh,
us think, oh yeah, I'm sure he's delighted to sing this song for the 800th
uh-huh,
time. But do
uh-huh.
you have a favorite that we can expect to hear from me?
My favorite song that we play live is probably let's see. I have two that are tied right now. Okay. One is called Wrong Truck. That's probably my favorite, one of my favorite songs to play live, and that song is out. And then I have another song that's not out yet. It's called She's All That and a cold beer.
Now, is the public going to hear that one on Saturday?
We're gonna play it, and like I said, it's not out yet. It'll probably be out in the spring. It's becoming one of my favorite songs to play live just because it feels great and it's got a good tempo and people seem to like it and it's easy to learn the words to. It's becoming one of my favorites to play. So yeah, definitely be looking out for that one. She's All That in a cold beer.
Well, thanks very much for your time. You know what? I was looking forward to hearing this accent. Having lived in LaGrange, I wanted to know, is this guy really from Georgia? And I can assure you, this guy's from Georgia.
Go Dogs.
Thanks very much for your time. We look forward to your performance coming up. We know you're a busy guy, and we certainly appreciate you taking the time to share some views and thoughts with the Journal.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank y'all so much.